and welcome to the first week of Operations Management. In this particular video, I am going to go over some basics of what Operations Management is, and then I'm also going to go over assignments, discussion boards, and different items like that. Um, I'm really happy to have everyone in the class, and I hope that we're going to have a great term. So, just what is operations management? Well, let's go ahead and get started. Operations management is the area within business that's concerned mostly with efficiency and effectiveness. At the end of the day, it's the bottom line. You'll hear a lot about inputs, which are transformed into outputs. Your inputs are your raw materials, labor, anything that's going to create the end product or the output. And then as it goes through a process, it's transformed where the raw materials are converted into outputs, which are considered your finished goods and or your services. So what does that look like in the real world? A couple of examples. At McDonald's, operations management would be all activities associated with producing food for their customers. The inputs would be anything from the paper products to the food, whatever it takes to be transformed into a meal for somebody at McDonald's. Another example would be Apple computers. This is more of a manufacturing one, so think about that. It would be all activities associated with creating a product. Plus, Apple provides a service as well. I know they have Apple stores. But it's everything that occurs all the way through until the end product can be used or sold, or a service can be provided. So hopefully that kind of puts it in perspective for you. So in this particular class, what you will be working on is a project all the way through. We've called it the Real World Case Study. And each week there's going to be a submission, starting this week already. What'll happen is it will be an application of the knowledge you've learned. So you're going to be learning about operations management this week, and then I'm asking you to select an organization that you will follow, and I will look it over and give you feedback on whether I think it's going to work for you or not, because not all organizations are easy. And for this project, we really want to keep it simple, but we also want to make sure that you are able to see how each of the areas work, like inventory, supply chain, process, all of those. Week 2, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm going to be asking you to conduct an interview with the person from the organization that you've chosen. You do not want to get behind because we go right away each week. There's another submission. You will find that with each submission, there is a scoring rubric that I've included. You will need to use that scoring rubric and submit it with your assignment in Blackboard in order for me to grade it. If you do not do that, I will not be able to grade it. This is a super large class, and this is a very intense project, so this is the only way that I will be able to manage all the students that I have in this particular class. So basically with these assignments, it's all or nothing. But I have it spelled out, and if you get a chance, and you do get a chance at the end with the final submission to make the changes that have been suggested. If you have questions on any of the sessions, don't wait until the night before and email me and ask me questions. Read it ahead of time, set up a schedule when you're going to look at what's due, and then ask the questions ahead of time. I've divided the class into 2 groups for discussion board purposes because it is so big. So after week 1, I did want everybody to introduce and learn each other's names. You will be interacting with a group of 16 students rather than 32. I hope this feels more manageable to you. You will also be required to go out to Harvard Business Publications, and you will be signing up for 1 case study and 2 simulations. The total cost for all 3 is $34.95. You'll do that during week 3, so I just want to bring this to your attention so that you um, have the funds available to purchase it. You'll need a credit card or a debit card when you go online to sign up for these simulations and case studies. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But they are all 3 of them are very helpful in helping you really understand the operations management concept. So just a few other thoughts that I would go over if we're actually meeting face to face, and reminders, even though I have this information, some of this information in my syllabus. No late work. This is a huge class, so I'm not going to be able to make any exceptions. You either get it in or you don't earn points. I apologize for that, but I'm over 30 students, and it's just too hard to manage. I want to make sure, I want you to be active. Even though this is online, I expect you to interact with the material, your instructors, and other students. So in your groups, being they're really small, um, the minimum requirement is 2 responses. I would highly recommend that you read everybody's response in those groups, um, because that's how you're going to learn the material. Think about it, if we were in a face-to-face class, these would be the discussions that you would be having with the students during class time. As far as being active with me, if you have questions, please respond to me right away. Read my feedback and use it. If I provide you feedback and I see that you haven't read it or used it, that means that you're not paying attention to me and the instructions that I'm providing you. So read the material. A lot of it there aren't quizzes on, but if you don't read the material, you won't be able to include it and understand what you should be including in your weekly submissions, because each week you have to refer to something that you've read. Also, we're going to have a few Blackboard Ultra sessions, which these are like live lectures. There will be more information coming on that. I probably will have 3, and the requirement will be that you will have to participate in at least one live, meaning that you have to be present. If you don't participate in one live, you'll just lose points, but this is my way of interacting with you and having some really rich conversations. I can't emphasize enough that it is really, really, really important you do not get behind in your real world case study. We start this week and we keep moving. And once again, pick an organization that's going to be easy to follow. And like a lot of times people will do it, people will choose an organization where they're currently working at. And that's fine, as long as it's big enough or it's not too big. So areas to think about. If you don't have an organization, you need to get a hold of me tomorrow or by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Otherwise, there's really not a lot that I'm going to be able to help you with. So finally, let's have some fun. Let's keep an open mind. Ask questions if you don't understand, but do not wait until the night the assignment is due. Remember, this is a large class, so there may be delays in response time, but I should respond within 48 hours, except for weekends where I probably will not be responding very often. If I don't respond within 48 hours, send me another email, since I have quite a few classes running at this time, and emails can get lost. Once again, let's have fun and let's learn a lot.